Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it's 𝗙𝗶𝗿𝗀𝗏. Thank you for coming. And as always, the subscribers, thank you for the love, the support, the encouragement. Always and will always mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. Well guys, in today's video, this is something that I've been tagged in by a lot of people on TikTok, on Instagram. I mean, why not talk about it? But yeah, before I even say anything about it, first watch this clip and then let's talk about it.
I don't care if I'm the first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black. Let me ask you a question. Are Moroccans and Egyptians black? Tradition, our history, our culture are so much more different compared to these other countries that are actually black. 𝗙𝗶𝗿𝗀𝗏, if you're not black, what are you? I'm Somali. Let me ask you a question. If you were to see a very dark Indian man, would he be identified as a black person or just an Indian?
My black people, please stop asking me. Stop telling me I'm African. I am not. I am Somali. That is my ethnicity. Africa is a continent. I am from the continent of Africa, but I am Somali ethnic.
This is one of those moments where if you get it, you get it. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. Once you get to this part of history, you will understand why certain people make the certain videos that they make. He said, black people, abantu. He said, stop telling me I'm African. I am not. I am Somali. A humanoid from South Africa is South African, but they're not African. Humanoids in Egypt are Egyptian, but they're not African. Like my sis Juicy would say, when people show you their true colors, believe them. It's not just a cliche saying. It really means when they show you their true colors, as in who they really are. This is why in Somalia, I'm sure you can find documentaries where a lot of them say that they're Arab. They're also the ones who incite a lot of confusion within the black community. A lot of them will be telling us, you South Africans aren't even from the cradle of humankind, it's actually in Ethiopia. Or they'll tell African Americans, you guys are not even black. You guys are like this, you guys are like that. Listen to them when they acknowledge Uguti, they are not abantu.
I don't care if I'm the first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black.
And who cares that you are not black? We all know that most of these Somalis, they suffer from identity crisis. See, when somebody robs you of your culture, heritage, and norms, you get what we call identity crisis. When the Arabs came to us, East Africa, they introduced Arabic and Islam, and they robbed us clean of everything that we knew, our culture, our heritage, our norms, our names, name it, and they gave us Arabic. And now, most of these North Africans like Sudan and Somalis and Eritreans, they identify as Arabs. They confuse ethnicity for a race. Like your race is your black or brown. Your ethnicity is your Somali. But they say, no, we're not black, we are white. We are Arabs, we are this. If you sleep in a garage, you don't become a car. Just because you feel you speak Arabic and you whatever you feel like you're Arab, you're not Arab. You are black and you are African. And that's it.
Get involved because I'm a grown-ass person and I've got work to
Talk
go
on that
to.
though. What do you mean?
They make videos like, what race that you would not date, and they're like Somalis. I'm like, but we are black, so how can you?
Do you know what's deep though? Should I tell you why that is though? Because you see, like with black ancestry, if you go back in history, there's like literally more or less two lineages, which is like Shem and Ham. Yeah. So it's like this is like prophetic. So obviously they're both black, but they're just different types of black. Yeah. Because it's like cousins. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So like when you go towards West Africa, obviously their features are slightly different to like East Africa because there's just two different lineages. So when like Jamaicans or Nigerians are like, oh, you lot ain't black. Yeah. It's like, you ain't are black. That's what they're trying to say. It's like, you're not, do you know what I mean?
You're not black.
Yeah, like when you look at Sudanese people, you know, they it's just a different type of look. So obviously that's why they just see it as, nah, you're not the same kind of...
Well guys, as you've seen in the video, this is a Somali man who came out and said he doesn't see himself as a black man, like he should not be called a black man, he's not black, he's just Somali. And I think I've pretty much had a lot of Somali people, not all of them, but a number of them come on the internet and say the same thing, that just Somalis, they're non-black. And it's funny to me because some of them that actually say that thing of they are not black, you look and they are living in America or Europe, and what is also crazy to me is the moment you leave your countries as an African person, the world we live in, especially in these years that we are in, you will be seen by your color before anything else comes in. Because let me say, I'm a Ugandan, and if I'm to be anywhere in Uganda, like, my skin doesn't matter. Yes, I will know I'm Ugandan, I have my tribe, and I share, you know, the country of Uganda with other tribes, and we will know ourselves, and we'll call ourselves, maybe you hear the name and you know this person comes from this, you know, tribe, and that's how we describe ourselves. But the moment you travel away from Uganda and go to other parts of the world, Asia, Europe, and USA, you will automatically be seen as a black person. So when this man comes out as a Somali and he's like, I am not black, I'm just Somali. But in actual sense, if he ever committed any crime in America or UK or, you know, Asia, if the police go to him, they will describe him as tall, skinny, maybe short, but black as the race. Before the ethnicity comes in, he will be in jail already. He will be sentenced as a black man already. Him and a black American man to be in America and he does something, they would describe him as a black man. Because even mixed people, like, look at Zendaya, guys. You know who Zendaya is. Look at Meghan Markle. To me, they are white, but they are seen as black women. And for him to just come out and say, oh, you guys, me, I'm not black, I'm just Somali. Like, come on. Like, we should not even force people to be who they don't want to be. If he feels Somali, it's his opinion, he's entitled to it, but the world will treat him different. And then he goes on about how, you know, Somalis have different cultures, but then the culture he's talking about is the Arab culture, with the religion, with the language, with the food, with the language, with the clothing. Most of the things they have, they were colonized by Arabs. So he could just come out and say, oh, I am not black, I am Arab. Because the culture he has and is talking about is mostly the Arab culture. And then he gives us the examples of the Egyptians or Moroccans, like, are they black? Excuse me, the moment you leave your African countries and you go outside Africa, you're seen as a black woman, as a black man. I learned that myself when I left Uganda. I learned that I was a black person. And I think these people say that because they don't want to be associated with the African American people, because they consider and they are seen as just black, because most of their cultures and where they come from was stripped off of them by the colonization, which we all know. So they are just seen as black. And so I feel like these Somalis people, or let's say Northern African people, don't want to be seen as black because they feel they will be associated by these people from America, the black American people. And it just doesn't make sense to me, because at the end of the day, we are still treated the same way, whether you're from Asia, you're dark skinned, like you were saying, is the Indian man who is dark skinned still considered a black man? Yes, he is. And that's why you never see black Indians on their televisions playing movies or being romanticized. That's why you never see dark black Arabs on TV stations, on TV adverts. They are never shown. The fact is, there's too much colorism in the world, but at the end of the day, you want to distance yourselves from being black, but when it comes to benefiting Africa or black people, then that's when you want to be proud to be black. I'm not saying all of you, but it's just ridiculous sometimes. And then the thing is, you know, Africa is developing, Africa is growing, and I'm pretty much sure when Africa reaches a time where we as black people, we as Africans all over the world, because I see you the same, we are the same, though we are different, we are going to develop and grow. And you guys from Northern Africa, or you Somalis, will come out and they will want to be proud to be black. You don't want to be called black because everything bad is put on black people. Everything negative is on black skin. The religions portray black as the devil. So for you, when it comes to black, you're like, no, I'm just Somali. I'm actually Somali, but I have Arab culture, and yeah, I'm different because of that. And then you say, we are not like these who are actually black. What do you mean by that concept? You mean for you, you think because you're light skinned, you're not black? It's us who are dark that should be black. Okay, who are you? Because you have to have a race. You have to have a race, you have to have an ethnicity. Like the guy said, you know, just because you sleep in a garage, it doesn't mean you're a car. In this world that we live in, you're seen as a black man and you'll be punished as one. The judiciary will treat you as one. Your kids will be treated as one. So that's something for you to accept. Whether you say you're Somali, which is okay, because I mean, you have the entitlement to be, it's your right. But at the end of the day, the world will teach you otherwise. Like, guys, come on. Come on. Guys, tell me what you think about this. Where's the confusion? Is it because black is a bad thing, that they don't want to be seen as one, or they just in denial, they just want to be Arabs? But it's okay. It's okay for someone to come out and be proud of who they are. So you're Somali, and instead of saying I'm a proud Arab, you don't want to be called black, and then you're praising the Arab culture that you actually have. You're acting like you were never colonized by the Arabs. Like the culture you have is Arab culture. It's less yours, it's more Arab. So I don't know, guys, tell me what you think about this. It was just something I had to speak about. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think about this. Tell me in the comments. Are we in delusion? Or we should just let people go where they belong? Like Africans and black people, let people go where they feel they belong. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.